For your skin, you gon' die for your crime. That's why I'm talking to you. So warn for your life. Your life try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devil's let the end is still. Slaughter, slaughter. Now they shook from vicious words out this handed book. About to take these rappers back to school. My flow said the hook. They crossed the line, ain't no coming back. You became no cowards. The only thing sweet is the honey check. Righteous is the Lord. Give me rest from my sorrow. And hand down death for them devils. There's no tomorrow. Why? Cause they violence leave a man a stiff corpse. You see a flag in the bench, I see horns in a pitchfork. Go ahead. So please believe it, the white man is a demon, and I ain't gon' vote for them to free me. No. They beat us to weep, the color purple, that's why this knife to they throat like ceiling. You got this nigga on his knees, they wanna have peace. We screaming, let this bitch burn at 1,000 degrees. I'm laying in the bosom of revenge. I told her I'd do anything she please, as I squeeze on the double D's. Fuck you mean? I'm talking to you. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter. That they do not rise. Go ahead and fill the world with lies. And die for your skin, you gon' die for your crime. That's why I'm talking to you. So warn for your life. Your life try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devil's let the end is still. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah.
The police just shot him for no apparent reason. No reason at all. They asked for license and registration. That's the police officer over there that did it. With the black on. I can't really do shit because they got me handcuffed. I can't believe they just did this. I'm fucking back! Ah!
It's okay, I'm right here with you.
Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah, slaughter. That they do not rise. Go ahead and fill the world with lies. And die for your skin, you gon' die for your crime. That's why I'm talking to you. So warn for your life. Your life try to destroy my people. You gotta pay the price, nigga. You gotta hear, let them hear. Till the devil's let the end is still. Slaughter, yeah, slaughter, yeah.
Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbat to my brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shema Ladan, Bahashem Yahweh Shah to my sisters. We are the ISUPK coming to you out of 125th Street, 1 West Harlem, New York. That's where we started out of. And today, under Commanding General Yohana, we go throughout the earth teaching the truth of the Bible. And that truth is that the so-called blacks, so-called Hispanics, so-called Native Indians are in fact the lost children of Israel. I'm Officer of 1,000 Mashah coming to you out of the Detroit camp, ISUPK Detroit. And we're here today. This is the 6th day of the week, the day of preparation. And on this day, we teach the La-Sha-Wan Quadash, or the Holy Tone. The La-Sha-Wan Quadash, or the Holy Tone. We teach this because this is the original language of the earth. You see that? Before the Tower of Babel, the whole world spoke the same language, and the language they were speaking was the La-Sha-Wan Kodash. You see, some people call it Hebrew. They were speaking Hebrew. And we teach that on the day of preparation, which is the day before the Sabbath. I'm trying to get away from calling the days of the week by these ancient Greek god names, Greek and Roman god names, the venerable day, the sun, the moon day, the Tuesday, the Wednesday. Wednesday, believe it or not, is Odin's day. Thursday, that's Thor. Friday is Frida, and Saturday is Saturnalia. I don't want to do that. So we're gonna call it what it was called back in the day, and that is the day of preparation, which is the day before the Sabbath. This is the 6th day of the week. And in this class, we teach you your language. Why do you need your own language? Because first of all, there are things that's spoken in Hebrew that when spoken in a translated language, whether it be French, English, German, Hangul, Chinese, Vietnamese, whatever you're speaking in, it doesn't have the same weight to it. And then you are separate people. You are separate people. You deserve to have your own language. The Most High gave you your own language, then you are to speak your own language. And in the ISUPK, we are always learning. ISUPK, that's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, and under Commanding General Yohana, we are teaching this. And we are going to get started. The first thing we do when we start our La-Sha-Wan Kodash class, we check in, see who all is in class right now. But we're not gonna hold them up. We see some of y'all up in here. Just if you're here in the class, check on in. You're in the class, go ahead and check on in the chat room. If you cannot hear me, make a comment in the chat room. And I'm sure you will if you cannot hear me. But let's get started. We're going to get started what we call the characters. In English, they would call it the alphabet. In the American, in the English language, we got 26 alphabets, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 22 alphabets. You see that? We got 22 alphabets. And what we teach here, we're going to give it to you in the ancient Hebrew. Take it all the way back today. All right? So here we go. I'm going to write them down. I'm going to say them as I write them down. You should have them by now. Ba. And this is giving you the pronunciation. All right? Ba. Ga. Da. That's the ha. Wa. It's important that you get these too. You know why? Because you get these, if you get the alphabet just like in English, za, you get the alphabets, all you have to do is put them together, and the next thing you know, you're reading. That's the ka. I'm gonna put them up here, certain ones. I'm gonna put up here, not all of them. That's the ta. That's the ya. That's the ka. Not to be confused with the ka. All right? Then we got the la. And then we got the la. And so you see that after the la, Got the Ma, the Na, that's the Sa, that's the I. Go a little slower so I can get a little darker. That's the I. Pa. Taza. That's what that is. That's how that character is pronounced. Taza. That's the Kwa. 3 more left. Ra. And what we're doing, I'm giving you the pronunciations as we go. Sha. Last but not least, we got the Tha. Got the Tha. Y'all got that? All right, let me get a big shout out. I see you, Sister D. That's Dorothy Davis in the house. Sister Shemaya is in the house. Anybody else that can check in? I see it's quite a few of y'all in here. Go ahead and check in the chat room. Let us know who's here. Let us know who's up in here, because this is one of the interactive classes where we will be interacting throughout the whole class. Might as well get used to that chat box, because I'm going to be asking you to put some answers in the chat box. You see that? Might say comment box in your section where you're at and all that. But let's take a look at it from the top, going from right to left. Let me make that clear. When you read English, you read left to right. You know what I'm saying? But when you're reading and writing Hebrew, you're going to be reading right to left. You're going to be reading right to left. Thank you for that like. Appreciate it. Want to let you know, while you're doing this, take your time to go and find Detroit Israelites on YouTube or Facebook and subscribe or join or whatever you click. Hit them like buttons. Also, make sure you go to isupk.com. That's our main page. That's where the headquarters put out everything you need to know. What do you need to know? Something like this. November 28th. November 28th, you got the Feast of Dedication starting November 28th at sundown. It's an 8-day feast. All the feasts that we are keeping, you will find them on isupk.com. You got it? Got it. All right. Let's take it from the top. I'm going to go a little faster now. Oh, before I do that, look here. Let's make sure you got your pencil and your paper. I can't require you to do anything, but make sure you got your pencil and paper. You want to take notes. You want to go over this during the week. You know, I watch young brothers and young sisters come up into the school, and one thing we do in this school is we greet one another. The brothers, when they greet each other, they say Shalom, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shah, Barak Atah. You see that? And if you write it down and practice it during the week, brothers, guess what? You'll get it a lot faster. When I first came in, it took me a minute because I didn't get that. I didn't understand that. But as soon as I began to write it down, you see that? Then all of a sudden I began to memorize. It's kind of like if you let your hands do it 1,000 times, your brain will never forget it. And the sisters, the salute, when the brothers salute the sisters, the sisters salute each other, it's Yahweh Shamar Al Bahasham Yahweh Shah. All righty? All righty? So let's write these down from the top. We got A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. Now, you don't want to get to Tha, if I could. You don't want to get the Tha mixed up with the Ta. You got that? Now, if you are taking notes and you don't have this written down yet and you need more time to write it down, just say something in the chat and I'll keep it up. And I'm going to leave it up here for another minute. Leave it up here for another minute so that you guys can get this. And before I take it down, we're gonna walk through the sound of each character again. We're definitely gonna do that. Once again, reading from right to left. We don't read from left to right. We're reading from right to left. Okay? That's why my title is La-Sha-Wan Dash. You see that? We read right to left, not left to right. And while you're copying these down, repeat them out loud to yourself. I'm going to talk to you about this little character right here. That is a connector. This is a connector, all right? And what it does, it changes the sound of the second character which it's associated with. The second character to which it's associated. We know that this is a na, the na is, that's all it is, na. See that? But when you use it as a second letter in two characters connected together, it becomes in, as in can, as in man. You hear that? That n. So here we know this is a wa, and this is a na. La-Sha-Wan. That's not how we say it. It's not La-Sha-Wan. It would be La-Sha, since the connector is here, Wan. You see that? And this one here, La-Sha-Wan, because of this one. And we got Kwa, Da, Sha, right? This is not Kwa, Da, Sha. That's not how you pronounce that word. Because of the connector that's right here, the Sha takes on the softer sound. Basically, that's what it does. The second character takes on the softer sound. And that softer sound for the Sha is the SH sound as you hear it in the word fish. You hear that? As you hear it in the word fish or wish. You see that? So this will be Kwadash. You got that? La-Sha-Wan Kwadash. You got it? I pray you understand. All right. Got the full class today. I see you. I love it, love it, love it. Got the full class. And we're going to keep it rolling. I know I'm fading in and out a little bit. We're working on, so y'all know, we're working on getting some new mics. That way I can walk around and do all that I do in these classes and still have a mic right there with me. But let's take it from the top. All right. Also, before we do that, I want you to know, if you look in the chat box, in the comment box, you'll see what do they call it? A link. It looks like a link because with all the way they put it in there with them funny letters and all that, it's a link. That's if you want to appear live on camera. Click that link and follow whatever instructions it give you, and you'll be able to appear live on camera right here in the La-Sha-Wan Kodash class. All right? All right, from the top. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa. Got that? Abba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, and Tha. Everybody got that? Good. Good. Everybody understand? Everybody understand this little fella right here, right? Anybody don't understand it? Give me a 2 in the chat room. If you don't understand this little portion we just went over, give me a 2 in the chat room before I erase it off, and that way I'll go over it one more time. You see that? I'll go over it one more time. Give you about 30 seconds to see what pops up. If nothing pops up, we're going to move on. We're going to move on. You got about 20 seconds left. We're down to about 10 seconds. All righty then. That's it. We're going to erase it out here. We're always going to give you the alphabet up front. And here's another good thing. I love it. I love it. I love it. This thing about having your own language. Have your own language. They got a little app called Clubhouse. Y'all know that about. If y'all don't know about it, it's where you can like talk. And I see a lot of my brothers on there, a lot of the sisters from the ISUPK be on Clubhouse and stuff like that. And you go to different rooms and you can actually talk. You don't, you're not texting anything like that. You actually talk. And there's been many times I'm in a room and I might see an officer in there that's over me or something, and I'll greet that officer and immediately give my mic to him. Shalom, Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatah, La-Sha-Wan, then offer him the mic. And many times, folk come at me, what did you say? Why you speaking that language? And why you do that? Nobody ever does that to the Arab when you walk into his store to buy your liquor or whatever. You go into that little party store to buy that the government gave to the Arabs, right? And they see you come in there and they go to talking in their tongue, whatever their tongue might be. You can't understand the damn thing they're saying, right? They can be calling you an ugly bastard. You don't know it, right? That's because they're speaking their tongue. You have a right. If Arabs can speak whatever it is, the language they speak, if Japanese can speak Japanese, and if the Koreans can speak Hangul here, if the Germans can speak Deutsch here, you see that? If the Vietnamese can speak whatever their language is here, and everybody can speak their own language, you too, Israel, you Yasharallah, you need to be speaking your own language. That's one way to increase the brotherhood and sisterhood by us locking into our own language. And it works especially if publicly you find yourself in a public position and you have an art with a brother or sister. You see what I'm saying? You can speak to the brother in your language and nobody else around you will know what you're talking about. You see that? Nobody will know what you're talking about. And that's heavy right there. That's heavy. That's something heavy. One of our problems, the curse is notwithstanding, but one of our problems is that any and everybody can get in our business. Many of us actually welcome the oppressor getting into our business. But let me explain something. If you're speaking your language about Israelite business and they can't understand the language, they have no opening to get into your business. You see that? That's why it's so important to learn our language. Okay? Now, last week or 2 weeks ago, we left off dealing with tenses: present tense, past tense, future tense, And what we want to do is get right back to that. So now pull up those notes. Give me a second. You know I got them all right here, right? And we were dealing with the verb watch. See that? We were dealing with the verb watch. Now before we leave here today, I'm looking for these notes. Before we leave here today, we want to add to that. I'm thinking about going over some old vocabulary words we went over some months back. Right? We were going over the word. We were dealing with the verb in the English is watch. Okay? Is watch. We learned before, the last time we went over this, we learned that when you're speaking, it could be masculine or it could be feminine. Let me write slowly. Or it can be feminine, masculine or feminine. And whether it's masculine or whether it's feminine, your words are going to change just slightly. Okay? So let's go over that real quick. The English is I am, let me know if that's too small, watching. You see that? I am watching. The Hebrew for that is Anya Shawamah. You got it? Now watch this. Remember, we write from right to left. An, you see that? Anya is one word. Well, Anya. Boom. Anya, Sha, Wa, get that? Ma. Now watch this. Anya, you see it? You see the connector is already showing up. Ya, Anya. You see that? Not Anna, because of the connector right here. Anya, Sha, Wa, Mar. That's a Ra at the end. But the Ra, on the connector, it comes out like the sound R, as in the word R, A-R-E. You see that? As in the word R. So it's Anya, Sha, Wa, Mar. All right? Sha, Wa, Mar. That's your first one. If you haven't written it down from the last time we taught it, let's write it down. Give you about 30 seconds. Also, I want you to feel free. If you got any questions, just type them in. If you got any questions, just type them in. I am watching. Now, Shawamar, this is masculine and feminine. Okay, it doesn't matter who's saying it. Shawamar, I am. It could be masculine or it can be feminine, but I am watching Anya Shawamar TV. I am watching TV. You see that? I am watching TV. Shawamar TV. Anya Shawamar TV. You see that? So I am watching TV. It doesn't matter. Shawamar is the word where you're going to see the change. Because, let me show you in a minute. Let's go to I'm not even going to write it all the way out. You are watching. Now, I am watching can be either feminine or masculine, masculine or feminine. Shawamar. Shawamar. You see that? Shawamar. Anya Shawamar. Now, you are watching. There's a difference. First, we're going to deal with the masculine. Okay? There's a difference. Let me give myself some room. And put that connector back. I know y'all still taking notes. Okay, you are watching. That's Atha Shawamar. So how do we write Atha? See, there's the thigh right here. Then, of course, Shawamar. See that? I am, you are in the masculine. I am, you are in the masculine. Okay? Now, let's do you are watching, but we're going to do it in the feminine. You see that? And I'm going to show you the importance of knowing that this is how we do it. We do this word here, shawamar. If you notice, it doesn't matter whether it's feminine or masculine if you use I. Anya. That's I am. I am. Anya. This is atha. You are. Atha. And now we're saying you are again. So of course that's going to be, there we go. Tha. Forgive me if that's getting kind of small. Atha. But watch the word that comes at the end of that. Atha sha wa ma ra. Shawamara. 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 You see that? Shawamara. Shawamara. That's you are. Atha Shawamara. That's you are watching. Now, notice both of these are in the what? Present tense. I'm doing it right now. I am watching. Anya Shawamar. You are watching. Atha. So I am is Ayan, and you are is Atha. You see that? Don't miss that now. Write that down. You don't want to miss that. is Ata. Shawa Mar for masculine. Shawa Mara for feminine. Give you about 60 seconds to write that down. Believe it or not, I'm gonna go quiet. Y'all know I can talk the whole class, right? I can go without taking a breath. I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and write that down. If you already got it written down, just please be patient. Simply be patient with your brothers and sisters in the class. This may be their first time in here, you see. Just like when you remember your first time, and what in the hell is that brother talking about? What is that here rolling through the board? That looks like some chicken scratch. Okay? So just be patient with the brothers and sisters. And again, we're only dealing in the present tense right now. This is all about presence. Present tense. See that? That's all this is about right now. We got a past tense. And I'm sure we got future tense as well. And we may not get it all today, but we're going to get as much as we can. Okay, everybody good with that? Everybody good with that? If you need a little more time, tell me something in the chat room. Hit me up in the chat room, tell me you need the time. If you need the time to finish copying this down, please tell me in the chat room. I keep walking over there to check it to see if anybody got something to say. You're free to talk here too. You're free to talk. We ain't the Christian church. You don't have to sit there all quiet and polite while we jump up and down and scream and kick and walk across pews and all that. No, you can ask questions in here and get your questions answered. Okay. You are watching. That's a La-Sha-Wan. You are watching a La-Sha-Wan. That's the feminine. You got that? Now let's deal with some pronouns. Remember, we're in the present tense. So everything is going to be is watching. Got that? Because we're in the present tense. He is watching. She is watching. Okay? Now let's get it into Hebrew. I'm gonna check this chat one more time. Make sure everybody's still up to date. Calm. Looking good, still got a full classroom. If you got a question now, you can ask the question, slow me down. He is watching, she is watching. He, you know, it's gonna automatically be feminine. This is what it is. Now, y'all should get the second word easy. He is watching. La-Sha-Wan. Now, if you look at your notes, write that down. If you look at your notes, you're going to find out up there where we say I am. It can be either feminine or masculine. Neither one is wrong. You'll see we use the word Sha-Wan, not Shamawa. Sha-Wa-Ma-Ra. We're not using that. We use the Shalom-Mar. Everybody good? All right. Let's deal with the feminine. She is watching. Of course, she is going to be Haya'a. You see that? This is Hasha'a. The feminine is going to be, meaning she, Haya'a. I'm writing stuff backwards. Y'all forgive an old man. Hawa'a. Look, no connectors, so you don't have to worry about the soft sound. And of course, she is watching is going to be Sha, Wa, Ra, Ma. Hold up, Salakia. Shawa Mara. Shawa Ma Ra. You see that? And there you go. Haya'a Shawa Ma Ra. Sometimes I get to going a little fast and transpose these letters incorrectly. But she is watching. She is watching. Haya'a Shawa Ma Ra. He is watching. Hawa'a. That's the difference. Ha-wa, ha-ya. You see that? Ha-ya-ah, you're talking to a sister. Ha-sha-ah, you're talking to a brother. You got that? You got that? Give you one more minute. Got any questions? Put them in the chat room. All right. Let's get this erased. In this section, we're going to get one more. Let's deal with some plural sense, okay? Now, if you need that back on the board, say something. We're going to do some plural sense. So you got a group of people, and we're going to go with we are watching. We are watching. Let's get it in the Hebrew. It is pronounced Anak Nawa Shawamayam. Anak Nawa. Anak Nawa. We are Shawamayam. So let's write it in the Hebrew. You've heard it a couple of times. Now let's write it. guys are ready for this too. I know you are. Anak, La-Sha-Wan, Mar, Yum. There he is right there. There you go. If you can't see it on your phone or your desktop, let me know. Let me know. You're not gonna go much longer. Oh, I want y'all to not forget, if you are in the Detroit area, know that you're an Israelite based on the Bible. I want to invite y'all to come down to the Rosa Parks Transit Center, downtown Detroit. One of the places we do a lot of camp speaking. We're going to be camp speaking on tomorrow, the weather permitting. But at the same time, our sister's going to be feeding the homeless. Just like those brothers went on that mission to Acuna. The Texas camp went on that mission to Acuna and fed our Haitian brothers. We need to constantly be going out fishing, brothers and sisters, and feeding them what they need. All right, everybody got this? This is the We Are Watching. This can be masculine or feminine. You see that? You can actually use that. Anak, all right? Anak Nawa. Anak Nawa. Anak Nawa. Let's move that. I'm seeing the way we got it written in the notes. Anak Nawa. Let me just get that part in. Anak Nawa. There you go. Now you're good to go. Anak Nawa. Now you're good to go. I gotta say, y'all pretty quiet today. Y'all kind of scary. Y'all kind of scary, brother. Y'all so quiet. And I know y'all some obedient students, so y'all not gonna be just jumping there with anything. We are watching, male or female, Anak Nawa, Shamara Yam, Shawamarayam. Is that right? Shawamarayam. Okay, you gotta go look and see what it is. Then boom, we gotta have that right there. There's your connector. Shawama. Is that right? There you go. Shawamayam. Not Nawa. Put that period right there. Shawamayam. Shawamayam. There you go. We are watching Anak Nawa Shawamayam. See that? Shawamayam. Everybody got it? right, let's get this last one. We did I am, you are, and now we're doing we are. We're gonna do two more. He is and she is. Okay, let's get those. Let's get those. And believe you me, I don't want to cut this short. He is, what's our key word? Watching. See that? He is watching, and she is watching. Let's see how they appear in the Hebrew. It's actually pronounced Shawamar. That's for brothers. Ha or ha wa ah. Let's see if that's right. La ah. It doesn't add anything to that, so it's ha wa ah. Hawa Shawamar. He is watching. Ha wa sha wa ma. See that? Now let's look at she is watching. Of course, haya not ha wa but ha ya ah. You see that? And of course, we don't have an answer for him. Sha, wa, ma. Hawa sha wa ma. Hawa sha wa ma. You got that? She is watching. And Salakia. Shawa ma. Just take that away, and that changed the whole word. It becomes Shawa ma ra. They want me to put that in there for spelling. But let me make sure you got it right. Ha. This is she. Ha ya shawa ma. Shawa ma shawa mara. There we go. Shawa mara. There you go. I do want to let y'all know this past weekend, we didn't just skip the class. It wasn't that I didn't want to be here, but we was on another mission. We was up in Minnesota. And we were beginning the expungement process for the brothers and sisters up there. We saw a lot of people. Officer Kodash is going to have a video out shortly, I'm sure, if it's not already out. But we dealt with a lot of people. And that's because Esau is your predator. He's your oppressor. And so he's going to lock you up at twice the rate he locked his own people up, whether you're guilty or not. And he's going to keep them in poverty, keep them full of drugs and all of that, just so they don't come back to the Most High. You see that? That's terrible. But that's who all Christians look up to. Blonde hair, blue eyes, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach. You see that? That's why we deal with that. We have to deal with it. You need your own language. Okay, what we're gonna do now, y'all got all that, I hope. I hope y'all got all that. What we're gonna do is flip the script a little bit, and we're gonna deal with some simple vocabulary words. Are you ready for this? Here's some words you should be beginning to know immediately. You should have some of this memorized. The Hebrew word for son, and we're talking S-O-N. Is the same as what? And why I'm on this side? Son. The Hebrew word is who can tell me that word? Give it to me in the chat room. Give it to me in the chat room. And I know y'all ain't got no back chat, so try that. That's the Hebrew word for son. How is it pronounced? This is what y'all finna get your fingers ready. Pronounce that. It's a 3-letter word. I'm gonna give you that hint. It's a 3-letter word, even though it only has 2 Hebrew characters. Look closely, you'll see that it's also connected. Also using the connector. In fact, if I would report using my registry, it would be La-Sha-Wan ban Yashara. Okay, I gave it to you. Ban is right. Okay? It means son. But I think the sister, these computers are so slow. I believe the sister had that in. See how long we took that up? She had that in before I started talking. So she definitely get credit for that. Bond. Good job, Chris. Here's your next vocabulary word. These are easy. But remember, give that new brother, that new sister, some slack. Help me out. There you go. That's the second vocabulary word. In the English, it's sister. In the English, it's sister. What is the English equivalent? What is the Hebrew pronunciation for sister? It's up on the board. All you have to do is read. Oh, let me make that a little clearer. That does look funny even on my monitor. Look funny as all get up. There you go. There you go. And I know there's more people out here. Like this, I am not putting you down. I am not putting you down. That's just the only hot one. That is exactly how that's pronounced. Ak-Wat. And if there's more than one sister, it's Akwatni. Akwatni. See that? Akim is for brother. Ak or Akim, that's brothers. Akwathium is Akwathian with an N. The N sound, the Na sound, is for sisters. Okay? Akwathian is for sisters. So, sisters only. She said bond for the first one, which means son. Sister is Aqua. Exactly. Let's go over here and let's get a couple more. Now I know some of y'all got this. And those who don't, I really encourage you to keep working at it. This is gonna be a little slick right here. All right, let me get the pronunciation. All right, let me get the pronunciation for this one that I have up on the board. It actually means teacher. Y'all gotta get this. I don't know. I'm gonna have to put a check mark next to you if you can't get this. I'm waiting. This is teacher. You know why it's important to know the Hebrew word for teacher? It's because every time you attend an ISUPK class, there's a teacher in there. You know that, right? And we have classes how many days a week? When you count the Sabbath? 6 days a week. We're putting something out on the airwaves. So we need to get pronounce this for me. What's this teacher? Pronounce it in the Hebrew. I'm waiting. Come on, give it to me. I know, Sister Dorothy, I know you got it. I don't mean to hold you back. You got it. Put it in there. Sister Shemaya, you still here? You got it. Put it in there. And whoever else is still in the classroom, you got it. Just put it in the chat room. This is interactive. This is how you learn. This is the sugar honey iced tea. I'm telling you now. It's real simple. Just apply the rules. Well, for time's sake, I'm going to give it to you. This is Ma'awar. 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 Teacher. Ma'awar. See that? Ma'a, because there's no connector. Wa, and then got the ra, but that's war. Because you got to pronounce war or war. You got to pronounce that R as in the word R because of the connection. That's a soft R, war. Not ma'awara. No, ma'awar. Ma'awar would be a pronoun, but you know, we gonna say what we can say. Ma'awar. That's the teacher. So there you go. We've been with you for about an hour now. And you know, we do pop-up classes too, so keep looking for us. Oh, okay. Salakia. I do want to do one more. Just want to do one more because we use it in Israel a lot. And that is, think I got that right? Yeah, I got that right. Can we pronounce that one? Ma'awar. Because you gotta put the rock on that. On the first one, it's Ma'awar. Like World War III, that's Ma'awar. But the next one, of course, you got perfectly correct. You see that on Facebook all the time. These are words you should know. Ma'awar is your teacher. You see that? Ma'awar, that's the new one. Rest of them you should know. Son is Ban. As you see what Sister Didi put on here. I hope that's okay. Salakia, let me know if it's not okay. Because we don't like to use, I don't use my disgusting English name. I look at my name as disgusting. I know you my sister, my banat. Salakia. My aqua. So I know him my aqua. So I'd rather say until you start supporting Hebrew now, I hope it's okay to call you Sister Didi. And you got that absolutely correct. Daughter, that's right, daughter is Banat. Son is Ban, daughter is Banat. Okay, and with that, we're going to say Shalom, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shalom Rakatam to the brothers, and Shalom, Yahweh Shema Al Tan to the sisters. And we're going to get out of here. Shalom, Israel.